We could definitely change this because our minds are plastic. They are literally moldable. They could be shaped to however we would like them to be. It just takes practice, it takes time, it takes patience. Hello, my name is Jocelyn and welcome to my channel. Today we're talking about self-love, but more on the realm of self-talk. What you tell yourself literally is shaping your life. So we're gonna get into that. If you're somebody who is hard on themselves, who is a perfectionist, who has a lot of doubt, who tends to keep going on with the same patterns, then this video is for you. If you are trying to build your dream life, if you are trying to create something for yourself and you want to create that with a sense of inner peace and also get there with joy and with love, you have to really work on your self-talk. So what is self-talk? Self-talk is the way that you talk to yourself, your inner dialogue, the things that just come up for you naturally. A lot of the times our self-talk is from our subconscious mind, which is basically about 90 to 95% of the things that we already believe. And it literally comes without us thinking so hard about it. So our conscious mind has to be mindful and has to develop the new thoughts that we want to start putting in, we want to start feeding into our mind. So the first thing you have to do is be aware. Awareness is key. When you are aware, you could start to recognize and see the things that have been coming up for you. If you're not aware of your negative self-talk, it is impossible for you to rewire them, to unlearn them, to change it to something better, something that's gonna work for you, that's gonna help you feel good in your body, good in your life, good in your environment. The thing I love to do to bring awareness to my negative self-talk is take a few days without judging yourself, without criticizing, without trying to fix anything, but take a few days to look and start becoming aware of those negative thoughts. You may already be aware of the negative thoughts because you already know yourself best, but you probably have other negative thoughts that are running behind those negative thoughts that you don't even recognize. So an example, one negative thought that I had running in the background was, I'm a bad person. This is literally a thought I had about myself. I thought that I was a bad person because I was told that consistently when I was growing up. I internalized that and I thought I was a bad person. And then anytime I would try to switch that thought, I would think the thought behind the thought was, that's never gonna change. When you could take a few days without trying to push back on your thoughts or really interact or try to fix or change, you could really start to let the thoughts come up and be aware of them with curiosity. More of them start to pop up for you. So when that happens, you could start writing them down. I really love writing down my negative thoughts because once I could see them down on paper, sometimes it's a list. When I could see the list of the negative self-talk, I could start then on the next side of the paper writing all the empowering opposites of those negative thoughts. So doing that is super helpful because then when you start to see the negative self-talk, you could start to flip them throughout your day. You could start telling yourself, no, I choose to not believe that and I choose to believe this, because everything truly is a choice. You are choosing your negative self-talk. You are choosing your negative thoughts over and over and over again, but it doesn't feel like you're choosing them because it feels so natural. It's literally just something that is operating in the background at this point. In order to change it, it is simple, but it isn't easy. It is challenging, but this is what you need to do if you want to create your dream life that is full of joy, that is full of love, that is full of patience and ease and just feeling good in your body. So write it down and start to recognize what are your negative thoughts that keep popping up for you and slowly start to move over to the positive thoughts that you want to start rewiring into your mind. It is now your responsibility to change those things, the way that you look at life, the way that you are choosing to continue to talk to yourself. That is up to you. You could definitely change this because our minds are plastic. They are literally moldable. They could be shaped to however we would like them to be. It just takes practice, it takes time, it takes patience, which literally brings me to my second point, patience. When you are When you are rewiring your thoughts, when you are looking at the negative thoughts that you have been telling yourself, I am somebody who used to struggle with this hardcore. I have taken so many years, a lot of practice to rewire a lot of the negative thinking that I had. I used to have so much self-loathing. I used to be super hard on myself. I used to be very, very, very negative. Even though I would put out this sunny and happy disposition, I was very negative towards myself. So having patience with yourself, it's such a big thing. When you're trying to unlearn and then learn something new, it's gonna take time. I think of it as if you've ever been to a forest or if you've ever been out into the wilderness, there are certain paths that have already been created, and those paths are so easy to go down because they already have been paved. So much foot traffic has gone through those paths. But then if you look to the right or to the left, there's probably no paths whatsoever. Or maybe somebody tried to take the path, but you really can't see that that person has taken that path. So that is what rewiring your mind is like. You now are taking another path instead of taking the path of the negative thought, which has been probably walked all over, over and over and over and over again. We say these things to ourselves without even recognizing it so many times throughout the day. Now we have to turn to our right or to our left and try to create a new path. And that path is not strong yet. We have to walk through it and keep going down that path over and over and over and over again. Eventually, those become your new thoughts. Something that helped me so much was being my own best friend. I know that may sound silly or it may feel simplistic, but just being your own best friend. Think of everything that you tell friends, then flip that around to yourself. Because we as humans tend to be so much kinder to other people than we are to ourselves. So if you flip, if you start to recognize like, oh, what I tell this negative thing, this bad thing.
Oh, you are such a bad person. You are failing. You are never gonna get to where you're trying to get to.
Would you truly tell that to your best friend? Would you tell that to somebody you love? Would you tell that to somebody else? No. You have to start recognizing you are with yourself the most that you would ever be with anybody else in this whole entire life. Creating a relationship with yourself where you are your truest best friend is the only way that you could elevate yourself, start to feel really good in your mind, in your body, and in your everyday. I had to do this with myself, and there is this one quote, I'm trying to remember it. I'm actually gonna look it up. Give me one moment. Okay, well, there's this quote I read to myself every single day when I was learning how to rewire and become my best friend. And the quote was, when you have made good friends with yourself, your situation will be friendly too. I would tell myself that every single day, and I would try to feel it. I would try to find ways to become my own best friend because I recognized that I was being my worst enemy. So telling myself that I didn't deserve certain things, telling myself I wasn't worthy of things, in not those direct words, but in just the actions and the things I would say, the way I was being, telling myself that yes, I am my own best friend, and checking in with myself, like, would I tell this to my best friend? Would I be this mean to my best friend? Would I be this rude? Would I be like this demanding? Would I be this so hard on my best friend? And I would be like, no. It would literally help me flip my thoughts to the thoughts I wanted to start feeding my mind. And that quote saved me so many times. So I hope it helps you too. Ask yourself, what are the things that I love about myself the most? What are the qualities? What are my skills? What are the funny habits that I have that I love about myself? When you ask yourself a question, your mind literally goes to work to look for those things, to see how are those things true. We are always asking ourselves questions, and we don't recognize this. And sometimes our questions are not to serve us, are not there to help us. So sometimes we'll ask a question that is literally so negative, like how am I always fucking this up? And then you look for all the ways that you're always fucking this up. So ask yourself, how am I always making my life better? How am I always doing things the right way? How am I always showing up for myself? How am I always being so loving for myself? How am I always being the best person I can be? Even me right now, I've been having some negative thoughts these past couple days. I don't think the negative thoughts ever fully go away, but I've been having them, and I had to tell myself, like, girl, you're literally showing up for yourself. Even doing this video right now is me showing up for myself. And yes, I'm thinking like, oh my God, am I saying certain things right? If it's coming out correctly, am I coming across a certain type of way? But then I remind myself, you are showing up for yourself. You said that you were gonna create this video, so here you are creating this video, and that gives me so much more grace for myself, and that's what I wanna invite into my life. I just wanna invite grace for myself. I wanna invite grace to other people. I wanna be so loving to myself that I could reflect that out to others. And it really does start with you. When we are doing this work, when we are doing this practice of rewiring our mind, telling ourselves positive things, releasing the negative thoughts, and coming back to a place of feeling more at peace, there's gonna come a point that your old self, those negative thoughts are gonna put up a fighting chance. So they're gonna come back stronger. They're literally gonna try to give you their last swings before your new positive thoughts are really rewired into your mind. So when that does happen, when those negative thoughts come up and you've just been thinking negative throughout the whole day, don't be mean to yourself. Be nice. Literally be nice to yourself. And one word I want you to keep in mind is thank you. Tell yourself thank you for recognizing that you were being mean to yourself, because that is awareness right there. Recognizing that, oh wow, I was being so negative all day, and now I'm recognizing that I did this. Thank you. Because if you start to beat yourself up after recognizing you've been negative all day, you're going back into the loop, you're going back into the cycle, and you're not going anywhere. So when you start to be thankful for it, it becomes easier to see that awareness of, wow, I just had a few hours of being negative to myself. That's okay. Thank you. And then start to practice the more positive thoughts and start to tell yourself, okay, I'm going to be more mindful, and start to tell myself more positive things throughout my day. Whatever you start to tell yourself thank you for, appreciate. Whatever you appreciate, appreciate. So it becomes more easier, it starts to flow more. Your mind actually wants to recognize like, hey, I have this awareness that I was being negative, instead of feeling like, oh, I don't want to think about it because then I'm going to beat myself up that I didn't do this thing the right way or perfectly. So being thankful helps you want to come back to yourself. It helps you want to come back to being more patient. So be thankful for yourself. When you start saying thank you, even if it's like 10, 20, 30 times, every single time you catch that thought, you'll start switching. You'll be like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You'll start switching over to the positive thought, because gratitude, being thankful, is such a high vibration, and we want to feel that, you know? The thing that I really like, it helped me so much. I would sing love songs, and I really, really wanted somebody to sing those love songs to me. I really wanted to be somebody's dream girl. I worked so hard by fixing myself, being a certain way, being something different, just not being me. When I would hear these love songs, I started singing those love songs to myself. When I started singing love songs to myself, the really romantic ones, not with the ones about heartbreak, cheating, and all those, no, none of that. Like the pure, sweet love songs, I started just singing them to myself, literally from the top of my lungs. I would feel it in my body, and something inside of me started shifting in such a big way, because realizing that you are the love of your life, realizing that you are your dream girl, it just shifts something in you. I don't know what it is, but it literally rewires not needing somebody else's validation, which comes to my next point, which is validation. You need to validate yourself instead of waiting for other people to validate you, because that validation that you really want is not coming. It's not coming from other people. Even if it does come from other people, it's never gonna be enough. So start giving yourself that validation, and you are gonna feel so fucking unstoppable. You're gonna feel so powerful. You're gonna feel so in your power because you have so much power. You are the one who is shaping your life. You are the one with your words, with your thoughts, with the way that you hold and present yourself. You are the one that is shaping your life with your thoughts. So telling yourself everything, ask yourself, what is the thing that I want other people to tell me the most? Because we all have it. Hey girl. We all have it. So ask yourself, what is the thing that I've been wanting my mom to tell me the most? What is the thing that I wanted my dad? What is the thing I wanted that guy, this girl, whatever it is? Be honest with yourself. We are looking for that validation outside of us. What are those words that you wanted those people to tell you that you never got? Or that you got and you want to hear it again? Write it down, put it on a mirror, put it somewhere. You will recognize that you have the power to tell yourself that. Maybe the first couple times that you tell yourself that, you don't truly believe it, but that's what rewiring your mind is about. You have to keep telling yourself things over and over and over until you start creating new grooves in your mind. You're starting to create those new pathways, and it takes time, it takes repetition, it takes practice. Everything is a practice. It takes practice. It takes practice to keep doing it over and over and over again. And yes, it may feel like, oh my God, this is so monotonous. Oh my God, when will this happen? It's gonna happen. You have to be patient with yourself. Go back to the top. Be patient. Being patient with yourself, because you have been living this life. You have been telling yourself certain things for so many years already, right? That is not going to take a week to change it. There's no way. There is grooves in your mind that have already been set for a certain type of way to think. When you're thinking these positive thoughts, the negative thoughts, it's going to slip back into the negative, but then you catch it. You're like, aha, I saw you. Thank you. Let's go back over here. And then you're just going to keep on doing it until you start to recognize you're going to feel good in your day. You're going to feel more grounded in your day. You're going to feel so much more energy. You're going to feel empowered. You're going to feel so fucking good. So to recap, awareness is key. You need to be aware of your thoughts. You need to be patient with yourself throughout this whole entire experience, because it takes time. Being your own best friend is gonna be a game changer. It's gonna be key. You're gonna ask yourself, how can I be my own best friend today? Sing songs to yourself to be your own dream girl, to be the love of your life, because you truly are. And then doing all of this stuff is literally gonna start raising your vibrations. You're gonna be in more gratitude by saying thank you to yourself throughout the day. You're gonna be in more flow. You're gonna feel the positive thoughts are gonna start leading to other things that are gonna help you throughout your day. Just watch, you can actually quote me on that. And you're gonna feel more energized. You're gonna feel so good from being so nice to yourself, being so kind to yourself, being your best friend, that you're gonna wanna start doing more things. You're gonna feel more expansive. Let me know how it goes. Please tell me down below in the comments, what was your favorite tip? What are you gonna take in this video that you're gonna start practicing today? Remember to subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you in next time. Mwah. Bye.